This is not your normal discussion where we talk all about the hard topics uncensored and unfiltered. This is not your normal discussion where we talk all about the hard topics uncensored and unfiltered. This is not your normal discussion.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Not Your Normal Discussion. I am your host, Queen Pedii.
Hi, I'm Nina.
It's Tryst, hoping nothing's been amiss.
It's your man Samurai with two eyes.
And it's your boy Kenny.
Okay. All right, so I hope everybody has had a great week or great weekend, technically. But so I basically was going to do Black Friday this weekend, but I was too tired. Okay, I was too tired, but I slept, and that's good. But anybody else want to talk about their week?
Well, I'm a substitute for bingo. So this Sunday, I get paid for it. So this Sunday I was paymaster. I love it, but hate it. I hate doing it on Sunday because the kids got to go to school the next day. So they like to try to stay up. But paymaster, I'm running back and forth, giving people their slips when they win bingo. So I don't get no money from that. But that was tiring. And then today my son, he had speech, and every Wednesday I usually post a picture of me and him going to Krispy Kreme donuts. We do it every Wednesday. So.
Can't give you a cut for that bingo. This week hasn't been too bad. This past Sunday we had the little food giveaway flyers give out about everything that we're trying to start in Manhattan, because we're passing out flyers for the Brooklyn Eviction Defense, which we'll probably get into later with some of the topics that we're talking about. But we were connecting with a lot of people. I cooked a bunch of food and was giving it out. It was a really good time. We might do that on a more regular basis. But yeah, so far a good week.
Awesome.
Week has just been long. A lot of meetings, a lot of interviews, a lot of editing. I'm tired.
Oh, I got one more thing. Afterwards.
Yeah, okay. Go ahead, Kenny.
For me, this week started off kind of shitty, but I'm treating the kids out to we're going to the Bronx Zoo to enjoy time. I think this is like the fourth zoo I went to with the kids. They were driving me nuts, so gotta wait till they leave so I can do my adult things, gun
He's
range.
trying to have sex, y'all. He's trying to have sex.
No.
I like to do axe throwing. That relieves a lot of stress. We have a range right down the street from me. But, so what I was going to say is I made homemade meatballs, because I made spaghetti meatballs yesterday. And I also made my homemade cheesy garlic bread, and it's really good. So I have a couple of videos of that. I don't have the end product because we ate it, because I had Cub Scouts to go to.
Not them meatballs. You just put the meatballs up. Cut it out.
I'll put the meatballs up, but y'all should have tasted it. They were so good. And it's going to taste better today.
Yes. All right. So our topics for today will be the Buffalo, New York mass shooter, the young Thug and Gunna RICO indictments, Donald Trump Jr. saying that Biden's student debt forgiveness will make lower class people drink all day. Would you let your son or daughter date someone like you when you are in your prime? And can you be friends with your ex? All right, well, let's hear a word from our sponsors.
Artemis of the Dodecatheon is a fantastical whirlwind of action Strong characters, mystery quests, and a lot of drama. 4.9 stars on Inkit. Purchase it on Amazon today. A to Z Creations is a Black woman-owned business that creates customized items such as rolling trays, clothing, tumblers, glasses, bags, jewelry, and more.
Okie dokie. Don't know why I said okie dokie. So I know everybody has heard about the horrible incident that happened this weekend in Buffalo, New York, where a white supremacist went to a supermarket and decided to shoot Black people. I sadly witnessed the video, and I also read his manifesto, which was very, very, what's the word? Disturbing. The video was sad. I don't suggest that you actually watch it, but I did watch it because I'm into that kind of weird stuff. So he was definitely into the it's called the Great Replacement Theory, right? Yes. He was definitely into that. He kept calling anybody that was not white the Great Replacer. I mean, not the Great Replacers, replacers. He was saying that he wanted to instill fear and he wanted other people to join him in attacking people and having mass shootings. And I feel like we need to have more mental health and I believe that this country needs to crack down on these white supremacists and these neo-Nazi groups that are on 4chan and that are on all these little forums and stuff like that, because this is what they're breeding, this kind of stuff, you know, because he invited people to actually read his manifesto before, I kitty cat, before he even went out to go shoot. I think maybe 20-30 minutes before he actually went to commit the mass shooting. So I want to hear what the rest of you guys have to say about this, because this is extremely sad.
So I actually tried to read the manifest through Drive, and Google will not allow you to do it. Yeah. Sorry. That's okay. They won't allow you to do it. It won't even allow you to even go into it at all. It says this is against Google's policy. Mm-hmm. I tried even clicking on the video that connects to Reddit. It won't even pop up. So unfortunately, for me, I wasn't able to watch or read this from base what I heard, because I don't watch the news because the news is full of crap. It is. It has a lot of fillers to make you feel a certain way about the world. And since I stopped watching news, I've been a lot happier. My mental has been a lot better. But like I said, I didn't really get to see it, but based on what I've been hearing is this guy was really disturbed. There had to be a lot of warning signs of what he was doing. And somebody should have sat down with him and said, hey, I think you need to go see somebody, or, hey, let's take a car trip and go for lunch, and we'll go to this building and this room and just dip and throw him to the therapist. Because a lot of times, a lot of this is more mental than somebody actually enjoying this. Is more mental. So something could have happened to him. I'm not saying, if a Black person did something to him and terrorized him for the rest of his life, that it was okay for him to do this, but you never know what happened to somebody, their experience that finally got them to that breaking point. Mm-hmm. But at the end of the day, I just think that people just need to go deal with their demons. If you got demons, go see a therapist and figure it out, or go see a priest or whoever you believe in and figure things out.
Yeah. This remind me of same situation with that white boy, Dylan. shut up the 9 black people in the first church or something like that. It just remind me of that. It just I'm gonna be honest, it kind of sickened me. It just made me look at certain, Caucasian people in a way. I know it's wrong, but then again, I'm like, I don't think it's wrong. It's because I just feel as though everyone's gonna be like, oh, the mistake. Like, it's not a mistake that you went out, you got up out your bed, you went, got dressed, you went to get a gun, and you went with black people and you shot them. I don't think it's a mistake, and I don't think it may not be a mental problem. It's that they just feel as though they should just kill, or, how they say the people, the N-word, is because, they just feel as though they don't deserve to be in their area.
Did he kill any Hispanics?
You said what?
Did he kill any Asians or Hispanics?
He
went straight to black. Something had to happen.
Because he said that he was raised to actually love everyone. This is what he put in the manifesto. He was raised to love everyone, but then he got onto the internet and started seeing, the white supremacist stuff, saying that, other races are not right and we're the supreme race and stuff like that. So that's when he just kind of immersed himself in neo-Nazism and white supremacism. So
I think something happened.
He said nothing happened.
I don't think
I don't give a fuck. This motherfucker is stupid. I don't care about your goddamn mental health.
Yeah.
And really, this is why I'm for fucking gun. Because we would have had one motherfucking trained person on the scene, I would have popped the bullet right in your fucking head.
No. They had the retired police officer. He had body armor on, he tried to shoot him, but it just bounced off. It bounced off, and then he shot down.
This shit's ridiculous. And then what pisses me off even more, I saw the video. I'm sorry.
So you did see it.
I saw the video, and that shit is it's not. It's not a movie.
It's not
real. Like, you see the life being taken out of people's bodies because of your doing. And the sad thing about it, and this is why I could not be a police officer. How the fuck are you still alive? If I'm a police officer and I show up to a scene like that, I don't give a fuck if you're on the ground with your hands up. I'm putting a bullet in your head.
Yeah.
I'm not letting you walk away from me.
Some police officers shoot to kill with a target have something like it's.
But remember, he had the body armor on. So even if they did shoot, just like the retired police officer, he shot.
Shoot his knee.
He had all the armor on to make sure that he did not die.
He planned this out.
For months.
He would have got executed before he went to jail.
There's nothing like this.
Wait, hold on. What did you say, Glenn?
I said I would have executed him before he got to a jail cell. If that means that I had to go to jail, then I would have went to jail with applause.
Yeah,
this ass would have never made it to jail with me. I'm sorry. Not after walking on a scene like that.
Go ahead, Tryst.
I mean, there's multiple things going on here. On one hand, this is why we need gun control, because this kid shouldn't be able to have access to the weapons he was using. And the whole good cop or good somebody would have stopped. No. Unless everyone's out here trained on their John Wick to take out the other John Wick, that shit ain't gonna work. And then two, cops, executing. One, we don't need cops already do that enough. They're already executing niggas who are unarmed and all types of shit. And two, they don't have that energy for white people because, quite frankly, a lot of the people who have the same energy as him with the great replacement theory and who are oppressed about, white privilege and white rage and all that, they're the people who are in the police force. They're the people who's in our military. They're the people who have no problem killing black and brown people. And for me, I care about mental health, but to me, mental health is always trotted out when it's for these white domestic terrorists, these mass shooters, to coddle them, to basically protect them and be like, oh, this is just his mental issue. No, this is an issue with white rage, with white privilege and everything like that, and like patriarchy, especially in men and especially in white men, who there's already violence in our laws that already like mess up the lives of Black and brown people and people of other things. But the second any group gets any smidgen of empowerment or any fraction of the same benefits that they enjoy, they go off. That's why they have the rape replacement theory and they're so pressed about that. That's why they've always hated affirmative action and welfare and socialism and trans rights and LGBT rights and feminist rights and all these things. They've always hated because it's moving away from that status quo that ensures their power. White people have never been oppressed in this country, and in the ways they've been oppressed on some class shit they don't care about, because they know that the laws have been set up to make sure that they're at least taken care of above other classes of people. So all of this is just white supremacy. And like, if we're gonna talk about mental health, we gotta be honest that it's about the fact that this country doesn't deal with the fact that we have all these gains and all these ties to slavery and to just a shit, like generational shit of like,
oh no, did he freeze?
Yes. This is why we don't like Zoom.
Race theory and shit like that, because it's that easy to get in if you're basically signaling, I'm going to make sure I protect the values you care about. So whether it's violence in the laws, whether it's violence in them taking away shit, like we need to deal with that shit, because I've seen screenshots where people who were critiquing him but still on his side, their biggest critique for him was like, oh, why did he go and shoot up all those innocent? He should have gone to an abortion rally. So if we don't deal with this ain't gonna stop. Like, think like there's a lot of people who allow this stuff to happen to Black people. He went to 80% Black neighborhood. Just wait till it's happening at these rallies. Just wait till it's happening at where they can find Antifa. Just wait till they can get those off, and then you'll realize, oh, like we have to do this because it's gonna get us to.
Yeah, but my thing is like I know that y'all didn't really get to read the manifesto because Google smacked that shit off, but he literally was telling people which bulletproof gear to get and like which one was shit tier. Like he was talking about like the reason why he was doing this. Like it was so disturbing, the question and answers. Like he was just telling us how it was. I don't understand how somebody who was brought up to love all races ended up here. Like when did it, like, because he said something about like when he was 12, he got on the internet and that's how he basically got into the white supremacism. But sir,
how old is he?
He's 18. So 6 years he's been indoctrinized to believe that other races are just not supposed to be here, and talking about how we're taking over the country or taking over European land. Sir, half
of us got white
Native American land. Okay, this is my people's land. All right, my people. Like I've said before, my great-great-great-grandmother walked on the trail of fucking tears, okay? Y'all moved my people. No. I know. And it's like y'all are the fucking replacers. And then y'all kidnap Black people to be here, to work for y'all, with y'all replacing ass. Sir, go to hell. And for your Hispanic friend who tried to sit there and be like, oh, he's not racist, he's not this, I didn't see the warning signs. Yes, you did. You had to have seen it. Stop playing around. Like, I don't want to hear anything that's like, oh, well.
Maybe he wasn't trying to get the Hispanics killed neither.
Shit, I don't know. But I just, I hope that nobody else knows that.
How are you sitting in the jail cell? How are we fine with him going? How are we okay with that?
He's white.
All I gotta say, he's not safe. He's not safe.
You know they got him in solitary.
He needs to be grouped.
They gonna kill him
They need to be grouped.
They are going to kill that man.
I hope they don't kill him. I hope they use to make him into the bitch he is and then kill him.
They don't get him.
No, I'm not here for the booty
talk to the cops who arrested him, really.
Yeah,
talk to the cops that arrested him and be like, why the motherfuckers y'all let him get to jail? Like, shit, why do y'all put a fucking bullet in his ass?
Man, because he was already done.
Man.
Now, see, the protocol, they actually went by protocol. If they have already, dropped the weapon, rendered, you can't shoot them. Why would you shoot him?
You shot him.
I know. You can't shoot. They actually went by protocol. Cool, whatever. But at the same time, I do wish they had his ass. I do. Because like your mama should have swallowed you, sir. She should have swallowed.
She should have spat it out.
I don't wish that he got murdered. I wish, like, you know how we see all this like gang violence and shit like that? I wish niggas would see shit like this and be like, yo, we need to be protecting our communities against motherfuckers. Like, how has it gotten to the point where like people will run up in the black neighborhoods and shoot everybody and think they can get away with it? And then what if actually get away with it? And like,
that's what the original gangsters were actually for.
Yeah, that's what we need.
The original gangsters, the original Crips and Bloods, that's what they were originally for. They were to protect the hood and be against all
They're supposed to be. Yeah.
That's what we need. We need people to realize, oh, no, you're not going to just run in and kill all these innocent people. There are people who are out. Like, that's what gangs need to be for. Gangs need to be protectors of the community. And, like, I get it. Money and all that shit corrupts everything. But, like, you can't just continue to just watch this happen, but, like, it's not my issue. But you want us to, like, care.
Y'all ain't got Zimmerman. Y'all ain't got Zimmerman yet. Y'all swear y'all thugs, y'all gangsters.
I got all these guns, all this money.
Get Zimmerman. Get this man. Since y'all so big and bad.
They don't get him. They don't get him.
It's been, 10 years now?
Yeah.
And they ain't got him yet?
So, you know,
they had many times.
True.
Do they even know his location?
Yeah.
He does.
Everybody know where he at. Yeah. They just scared.
I don't even think they're scared. They just don't care because, like, it doesn't affect their money. It doesn't affect them. But, like, that's why people feel like they can come do these things.
Their mama gets shot.
Yeah.
Or their sister get raped. Or their brother get raped.
It's different because if you're in a gang, if none of your your soldiers died, or any of your family members, anyone died, if it's not fucking with your money, they're not going to care.
Yeah.
Versus someone who actually, like us, who generally care, we want to do something about it. But let's be real. If you're in a gang affiliate, be like, oh, that's not my homie, or that's not my family member, and my money and my trap and my money's still flowing. I don't give a fuck what they do. Long as they ain't fucking up my shit and come to my area and fuck my shit up, they can do whatever they want to do. That's just how people think nowadays.
Yeah, but think about how the mafia used to roll and shit like that. Like,
but that's mafia. That's just mafia.
I mean, those gangs are getting broken down by like the same type of RICO acts that they came up to break down the mafia. If we gonna be broken down the same way they're breaking down the mafia, we should at least be exercising that power to protect our community.
Yeah. But think about it. Like, in gangs, Bloods and Crips are killing each other, right? Left or right, whatever the case might be. They're not supposed to. They're supposed to be ganged up with each other against police and other shit that's happening. But they don't give a fuck about that shit. They don't care. Even
they fighting over land that they don't even own.
Exactly. Even if you blood and you different sets and you fuck with somebody's shit on a different set, they taking you out because you stepping on their toes. They're not supposed to do that. Yeah. But they don't give a fuck about it anymore. Things change from 60s, 70s, whatever, until now. Things change. It's just
drugs and guns.
Yeah, it's just that,
an eagle.
Yeah, exactly. That's like us older heads. If we was in gang affiliate, right?
Yeah.
And we knew what it was. We retired from that shit. We done. It's just these new young kids want to make something for themselves and they can't.
Yeah.
They don't care who they gotta get rid of to get to it.
Yeah, it's time. Yeah. All right, you guys, let's go to our commercial break.
Artemis of the Dodecatheon is a fantastical whirlwind of action, strong characters, mystery quests, and a lot of drama. 4.9 stars on Inkit. Purchase it on Amazon today.
Hey y'all, so for our next topic, I don't know if you've been under a rock, if you haven't heard, but in like the past week, Young Thug, his artist Gunna, and 26 other members of the YSL crew gang, however you want to phrase it, they actually been arrested and named in a 56-count indictment for racketeering and conspiracy under RICO charges. For crimes like murder, attempted murder, drug dealing, drive-bys, carjackings, and even back when Young Thug's road manager shot up Lil Wayne's bus, and then also the Young Thug running the vehicle that's connected to Big Nut's death, who was a big affiliate of YFN Lucci. But it seems like a lot of evidence that they're actually using against them in like an 88-page like list of all their evidence. A lot of it seems to be lyrics and music videos, and they've been doing this a lot more recently. Like I think New York recently did this, where they arrested like 20 people who was in a drill rap music video. And with RICO charges especially, you don't even have to be personally charged for majority of the allegations that like is between you and your affiliates. You can still go down for any crimes committed with like the rest of your affiliates, like especially if they get you on like 2 murders. So like RICO charges is historically how they've been able to dismantle like the Italian mafia, all these different crime families, and they've been really hitting a lot of black gangs with it as well too. So even though Young Thugs and Gunna's individual charges aren't that serious, they still can be in some jeopardy. And I want to know what you guys think, because personally for me, on one hand, like it's really anti-black and racist for the majority of your evidence to be on, let's be honest, super circumstantial shit like lyrics and social media postings, when at the end of the day, like you could say, listen, just because I'm saying this on some, what's it called? Tekashi 6ix9ine shit doesn't mean I'm doing this. But at the same time, like some of these lyrics, like here's one song from Slatty, Young Thug's verse, where he said, I killed his man in front of his mama, like fuck little bruh, sister, and his cousin. Listen, you can't be saying stuff like that. You can't be talking blatantly about murder like that. And even the codes of wiping the nose, if I can watch white YouTubers break down like what you're saying, the cops can watch those things and copy and paste it for their indictments. So they could possibly beat this, since this is like state RICO and not federal RICO. But what do y'all think about all this?
I think that rappers and artists and celebrities need to stop putting out that, you know, they are doing like crimes and stuff. Like just because, okay, you've made it out the hood. First off, you made it out the hood. Why do you want to continue doing hood shit? Why?
Make more money.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to say fuck that. But like, it's just like, why get out of the bad situation that you were in and then put yourself in an even worse one? Because like, if I had like the money that they had, oh baby, I'm sitting in my house. Okay, I'm not from hood, but like I'm gonna sit my ass in the house. Okay, I am not trying to commit no crimes. I'm walking my dog. Y'all need to stop trying to act like y'all go so hard, because obviously you don't, because now your ass is in jail and they probably looking at you like, yummy, especially Young Thug, because he used to wear the dresses and stuff. So I'm pretty damn sure they looking at him real like, tasty. Okay, want to pull them dresses. But I'm glad that Chloe Bailey got the fuck away from Gunna, because oh my gosh, imagine she would have been up in this. Like, and like I was saying to y'all on Monday, I'm wondering, did she receive any gifts with the money that he was getting from, the racketeering and all that stuff? Like, I'm wondering if she got anything, because that would kind of implicate her. Because I believe there was somebody else that almost got implicated because of a dog. Like in this case, like a dog was bought with the money. I think I remember that, like when they first came out with this, like a while ago. And yeah.
So let's be honest. Like, whatever you do in your past, leave that shit in your past. If you're rap, hip hop, whatever you want to call it, you can't bring your gangster shit to the shit that you make money, because you're just fucking up the flow. Like, whatever you did in the past, you leave that shit in the past and go to a different situation to make your money. Don't be like, like you talk the shit that you used to do, and then you bring it, and then, like, you think that you come up with a song like when he come up with Pusha P and Young Thug rapping, they're listening to you, see what the fuck is going on, and it's like, I don't give a fuck what nobody said. I'm not joining the gang, because if one of my people shot and murdered someone, I'm not taking no time for you, bro, because I ain't do that. So it's like, why would you set yourself up? And like, that's just a dumbass move. Like, leave that shit in the past. Like, that's it. You about making your money. You make your money. You left the hood, and now you making good shit. Like, this, like, this is not right. I don't feel sorry for them at all. I don't. Okay. Whatever happens to them, that's what your ass get. That's all.
Okay. So I just want to say something that's related to this story, this topic. So on Wednesday, November 17th, so back in November, New York City lawmaker Senator Brown Holman. How you say it?
The senator, you said? Oh, yes. The senator. Which one?
And Bailey.
I probably don't know that one off the top of my head.
Okay. Anyways, they introduced the Rap Music on Trial bill to the legislation, to the Senate. The bill will ban prosecutors from using hip hop artists' lyrics against them in the courtroom, citing freedom of artistic expression and noting preconceived notations about the gender as a whole. Art is a creative expression, not a blueprint of criminal plans. True. So they're trying to get it to where you can't use lyrics of these rappers as a base evidence. And
that's how they call Bobby Shmurda, though. That's how they call him. And he killed somebody on the damn Tuesday.
Don't get mad at me. I didn't make the bill up.
That's bad.
I tell you about the bill.
I rock with the bill. I feel like you should have to prove beyond your burden of proof and evidence should be physical evidence and actually connect. Like, there's GPS. There's all these things you can use. I feel like if you use the lyrics, like for example, a lot of police departments, they have stuff where like they can already like spy on your internet, but they can't use that as like, oh, this is what we use.
The whole
they have to go backwards.
It should be, this is the evidence, but these are the things that support this evidence of
it shouldn't be all your evidence.
Yeah.
What if it's like, okay, Glenn.
I don't have much to say. I don't really touch too much political stuff like this.
This ain't political.
I mean, like other people grind. It's not a topic I would really touch, but I mean, people got a lot of this crazy shit out there. I mean, all I would say is I disagree with filling this law out about not using music. Hell yeah, use music. It's somebody by their own words saying that they committed a certain crime or something. But whether it was put in a song or not, it's still them committing to the crime. I don't think it should be the only thing, but it's still them committing to a crime. I mean, if they took that away, it'd be so many people getting away. So
yeah. Like, what if? Yeah, I agree. What if it's like a crime? Like, what if you're looking for something and you need key points to something, and people are rapping and telling you what they do, and you still trying to find evidence to a murder that you've been looking for? Then what? So that means that if you got psychopaths and serial killers, that I can make up a rap and talk about what I did and I won't get charged. Then what? Like you need that.
But see, if they do that, it's kind of like taking somebody's diary and going.
It's not a diary.
A diary is
not
different.
a diary.
A diary is different because that's where you log your day and your thoughts and stuff like that.
I would say a diary would be even better to use than lyrics, because lyrics you could be lying. These people aren't actually doing the things they're writing about what they've seen other people do. They may not. So like that's why
some rappers use other people's stories or other people's experience.
Going back to using music to be like a piece of evidence, there was actually a case back in I believe the 80s at a college where this man was a serial killer. He would break into the off-site dorms. He would kill the students, and then he made a song. He would make recordings of a song, and he was playing the guitar of literally how he killed people, how he killed the students, and they actually did use it in his trial. And
I bet you they had other evidence too besides just the song.
Yeah. I mean, you're making music about what you did.
It took them a very long time to actually get him. But
I mean, you're snitching on yourself regardless. If you make it, snitching on yourself.
And that's my biggest thing.
But what happened if you're using somebody else's experience? That's what I'm saying.
But why are you using someone's experience?
But because
to make yourself
that's what sells in rap.
Then you
I would hope that nobody's doing that.
There are artists that use other people.
But
why are you using somebody's shit for your music if it doesn't suit your offense?
Clout.
Like
But here's the thing: if you use somebody else's stuff in your music, that means you still know about the crime.
Exactly.
So Queen murdered somebody, right?
Yeah.
And I was there. I witnessed it. I saw that she stopped. So I made the song. It was like, yeah, man, whatever. I know Queen killed you anyway. Okay, so the police need to come to me because then that means I still know something about the crime.
Exactly.
But what if I'm like, hey, I'm hearing stories I can't.
But why are you using it?
Real.
But why are you using it?
Hey, because again, this is an industry. Think about it. We as listeners, we play a role in this too. We listen to this and we enjoy this content, so we play a role into it. But my biggest thing is like, I don't think they should be able to use it as the bulk of the evidence, but at the same time, these like I've been watching a lot of Sopranos, y'all know, but they need to learn from the old ways that were able to obey law enforcement for the longest time of like, hey, move in silence, be disciplined, don't be doing drive-bys. If you're gonna do crimes and murders, set it up in smart ways where the evidence doesn't automatically point back to you and you're not saying, hey, haha, well, look what happened to your brother. I might know about it. Like, you can't be saying things like that and then expect to stay free. And especially since Young Thug said the whole point of YSL was to make sure that all his people could eat and have money legitimately, a lot of his money should be invested in legitimate businesses, like the mafia would do, construction, clubs, all kinds of things, so that like you're laundering and washing your money, and like you can say, hey, what do you mean? I'm a legit business owner. Look at all these businesses, all these restaurants. I rap what I used to know. I have no connection to that now. That's how they should be moving.
But you still know something.
Right, that's why he got indicted with 50 56 things to get some.
Yeah, he's renting the vehicles used for the crimes. He's buying people $30,000 vehicles as payment for them committing crimes. You can't be moving like that. Like in the mafia, they didn't do that. They barely exchanged money for things like that. Like, again, it was about, okay, you did that, I respect that, I'm placing you in a place of power.
You know what this is? This is just a case of young Black men who didn't really have much, probably wasn't educated in the world of business, who got some money and don't know how to fucking act.
Yeah.
They don't know how to really do all this stuff. Because, like, I'm gonna tell y'all, I have a sibling whose grandfather actually worked with Al Capone. Okay, and he was sent here to DC. Okay, and he was to scout like places to build the businesses. You know, so I think that you have to be brought up in that kind of environment to even know how to do that. They aren't being taught. They sign those contracts and that's it. You feel me? Like they're not thinking, oh, let me put this money into this and let me put this money into that so I can continuously have some income coming in. They're not thinking about that. They thinking about buying chains and diamonds, putting diamonds in their fucking foreheads and stuff. That's where their minds are. Their minds are not business minded, like at all. But let's go to our commercial break.
Artemis of the Dodecatheon is a fantastical whirlwind of action, strong characters, mystery quests, and a lot of drama. 4.9 stars on Inkit. Purchase it on Amazon today.
Hey, y'all. So our next topic is going to be about Donald Trump Jr. says Biden's student loan forgiveness plans would force workers who didn't go to college to get drunk for 4 years to pay for worthless gender study degrees. So right now, Biden is trying to, he gets to figure out if he's going to actually forgive student loans. Most of them will be like about $50,000 forgiveness, which is a pretty, decent amount of money, especially for lower class or middle class. But he's trying to say that he slammed Biden's plans to cancel student debt in the comments of the Washington Post. He says the plans will bail out those with worthless gender study degrees. So basically he's saying that if you're in middle class, then you're doing like degrees that doesn't even matter. He also, so the Republicans are ramping up criticism of debt forgiveness as Biden gets closer to making the decision. So Donald Jr. isn't shy about his thoughts on the president forgiving about student debt. Basically, he says Biden essentially wants blue-collar workers like truck drivers, which I take offense to that, who didn't have the luxury of going to college to get drunk for 4 years to bail out a bunch of upper middle-class kids who chose to spend tens of thousands of dollars that they didn't have on worthless gender study degrees. So he's trying to basically say that, truck drivers who didn't have enough money to go to real college to get drunk and is getting their taxes used to pay off middle class unuseful gender study degrees. So I think this is really stupid because it doesn't matter what degree you got. At the time you got it, you probably really thought you were going to change the world or you're actually still going to use it for something else. Just it might not be in the field or the path that you first start off. Because we do go to college really young, and then we figure out what we want, what we don't want in life, around our mid-20s. So for me, I think what he's talking about is kind of stupid. I think he's really uneducated when it comes to certain things. But I do wish that, because he's basically saying just because if you're borrowing money for the government that you should be able to afford it. And I'm like, well, shit happens.
So hold on. I'm gonna need him to sit down and have several seats because, sir, you are the one that puts cocaine up your nose. Okay, it's been known. What's her name? Amber from Danity Kane, who dated you, sir. Put your shit out there, okay? You are a cokehead. Your daddy a cokehead. A person who used to work for him when he was like much younger told me this. He said he would see him do that. He saw Donald Trump, okay? He is a fucking cokehead. Both of them are. And I'm going to need them to have several seats. I take very much offense to what he said because, one, I didn't go to school for a gender studies degree, a worthless degree. I went there for law, okay? I went there for biology and communications, okay? So my stuff would have landed me in some very high-paying jobs. So I'm going to need him to have several fucking seats. You need to be worried about the insurrection that your daddy did, okay? Instead of worrying about people getting student loan debt forgiveness, okay? Worry about yourself. Worry about your nose that's going to collapse in about 5 years because you've been sniffing coke all the time. You need to worry about that. And stay out of the business of people who had to get student loans. I didn't have to get student loans. My parents paid for my tuition, okay? I'm going to just get out there. I had the entitlement of not having to do that, but I take offense to it for the people that had to do that. I don't like it when people sit there and be like, "Oh, well, I had to pay off my student loans, so why do they have to get forgiven and all this stuff?" Shut the fuck up. Shut up.
Yeah, I feel as though if Biden do the student forgiveness loan crap, I think he should do it for people who are in a good status, other than people 10, 15, 20 years don't get it because you had all the time to pay it off.
No, but it's not that easy because I had co-workers working at Trader Joe's, 20 grand. 20 grand.
And they
work at Trader Joe's. Do you know how long it's going to take my old co-workers and his wife to pay that off?
You're more likely to get, this is what pisses me off, is that they're willing to give you a loan for school up to over hundreds of thousands of dollars, but you can't get a house if you got a little bit of bad credit. You can't get a loan for that.
But think about that. This is the insidious thing about this whole thing, what he's not saying and what we don't often say about this, because we get caught up in like, oh, well, if I had to pay, like, think about how our entire system is based on debt and like basically, forcing you to basically work to pay it off, or you will end up homeless, you end up evicted. Yeah, like think about it. For credit to own, to get a credit card, to buy a house, to get a car, to go to school, to basically do anything in life. You either need people who have saved their whole lives basically for you, or you need to be from a rich family that you don't have to worry about that, or you are saddling yourself from the time you're 18 with debt. And like our country already has like $28 trillion of debt. And like the student loans, it's like, what you call it, like 1.7 trillion. And there's like 43 million people in this country who've taken out like federal student loan debt, and like 5 million of those people are in default. And it's so funny because in another country like Denmark, not only is college free, but they pay you to go to class. And if you were to suggest that here in America, they will laugh in your face. It's unfathomable. But this debt is what ends up getting people kicked out their homes and the police showing up your door and affecting you, and your door no longer being your door. In the time we're talking about, there's a shortage of baby formula. The time we're talking about gas and things on they don't want to do anything to help people, but they're like, oh, figure it out. And it's like, you're going to have mass chaos in your hands if you don't do something. And Biden, my thing with Biden is that he's the same one who created a law in the first place that you couldn't get bankruptcy on your student debt. And as president, he has the power if he wanted to any day, any second to sign and erase all of this. But it's he's using this, and he might get rid of $1 billion here, $1 billion there. He's using this just as hey, vote for us for the midterms, and who knows, maybe I'll actually do something for you. So they're both sides are playing in our faces with this.
Yeah, I agree.
Right now, even though I have bad credit, I am more likely to be able to get another student loan than I am to get a mortgage for a house that I need.
Yeah, Rennie.
I think that's just crazy and ridiculous that I could go get probably a $200,000 loan, but if I need $100,000 for this mobile, for another mobile home or for a house, I probably can't even get $5,000.
Yeah. As long as it's debt that they know you have to work back to pay, we'll happily give you that. If it's debt that's this will improve my life, see, I don't think so. How do you expect people to
co-signer? So I totally understand that. I totally agree. I'm gonna need Biden to go with the plan that he had and just erase that student loan debt. Like I said, I don't have it, but I want to see.
I do.
You
don't either? You do?
I don't.
Wait, how many people on here actually did get student loans for school?
Yeah.
And who's actually still paying theirs off?
Listen, the government could be watching this, so I'm not gonna say yes.
You're still paying.
I was 150,000, and I'm only 18,000.
Jesus, Christ, I'm sorry.
And within 5 years, and remind you, I have a kid, I was working and doing all this stuff while under a lot of stress. I knocked 150,000 to 18.
That's what I said.
20,000 within 5 years.
Damn,
if he do that accident forgiveness thing, it will be good for me. But either way, if he do or he don't, it doesn't bother me because I'm still in school and I'm still on the good side. So it really doesn't bother me. It bothers others, but it doesn't bother me.
Yeah, but if you're low income, this will help a lot because now, because a lot of low income make only maybe 25 to 35 in a year. And if you got student loans that's higher, and people won't hire you because of certain situation, or you got knocked up, or whatever it is, or shit happens, life happens, then that's really hard to get to that. And then you still, even if you bankruptcy, you still got that student loan following you everywhere.
The thing is, when you
Glenn, talk. I'm so sorry, but Glenn hasn't said a word.
She's on mute.
Mute.
You're muted.
Mute.
No, that's all good. I'm listening. I'm with some of what y'all said. It doesn't make no sense to me that we even have to pay for education to begin with. I don't understand why that's something we got to pay for. Just
it's
to
a business.
Somebody, and then it's a business, and then you put people into all this amount of money of debt. It makes absolutely no sense to me.
Yeah. But go ahead, Kenny.
What I did was when you talk to your student loan, it could be my Fed loan, whatever you owe. Say, hey, let's go by the income, right? You have different plans. Either they go by zero down payment, and you can pay whatever you can pay, little by little. It's better to hit your interest. So if your interest is $50, put like $150 or $100. So 50 go to interest, 100 or 150, whatever it is, go to your balance. And as you keep doing that every month, every 2 weeks, whatever, you see that your junk go down. As it goes down, your credit goes up, no matter what it is. A lot of people don't really look into stuff like that. So I'm more into I look into deep depths of that. So the more you put towards your student loan, even if you're in debt or whatever it is, the better your credit score will go up, actually. But you won't see it really because it's different criteria of credit. You got FICO score. They most likely houses and stuff that go by your by your FICO score, whatever. And credit cards will go to TransUnion and stuff or other scores. So when you get loans from school, is because they go by your FICO score, if I'm not mistaken. They go by that instead of going to the normal credit that you normally look. You know?
Yeah. It's just a ridiculous situation that they are putting a lot of Americans into, and just not really caring about us once we're out of the school. It's kind of like, oh, well, I can't help you. You got to figure that out on your own. You wanted this degree, you wanted to go to this school, and you couldn't get a scholarship. So you on your own. And I don't care if you're working a little measly job, you got to pay your thing. You got to pay it off. And that's just really unfair for people that, really can't afford it. They're already, like she said, they're already struggling. They got kids.
You went to college to make it better, but.
Yeah. And my mom, she went to Howard twice. Okay. So she has student loans that she needs to have forgiven. She does. But let's go to our next commercial.
Artemis of the Dodecatheon is a fantastical whirlwind of action, strong characters, mystery quests, and a lot of drama. 4.9 stars on Inkit. Purchase it on Amazon today.
So our next topic is a question that I had a close friend of mine had asked me a couple of days ago while we linked up. And she's going through a situation where as though her and her, I think they engaged or married, I don't know, whatever. I would say boy toy, but he's more advanced. They was talking about kids, and she asked him, they have a daughter, so she asked him, would you allow your daughter to date a man like you? So she asked me the same question. I have a boy, so she asked me if I have a girl, would I let her date the same guy as me in my prime? And my answer is absolutely fucking no. Because for one, I was a dickhead. For two, I didn't give a shit about your feelings. For three, it was all the above. And I was selfish. I was all about getting money, and I don't give a fuck if I hurt your feelings. I talked to multiple women, just make me feel comfortable. And I did have a couple of good girls back then. I didn't give a fuck. I was all about my money, get my money. But it kind of bothered me because I imagine myself having a daughter and she's like, hey, daddy, I'm dating this guy and he's the same shit as me. And I'm like, oh, he's a dick. But I can't talk because I was in the same shoes. So it kind of bothers me. And and they, it was her, that guy, and the daughter and the boyfriend came and they was having lunch, whatever, and he just eyeballed him, and I'm sitting there laughing. So, yeah, I was straight honest. I'm not letting my daughter date no fucking guy like me. Right now, yeah. If I'm right now, yeah. But by prime, hell, fucking no, because I don't need her to be crying and shit. So, what do you guys think?
I would let my son date a woman like me in my prime because I've always been caring, compassionate. Like as a Muslim woman, you're kind of raised to be wifely. So I was always raised to be a good wife. And I still carry that to this day. I give massages. I will cook for you your favorite. Like I always ask, what is your favorite dish? And I will cook it for you, you know, like from scratch. Like I cook from scratch, y'all. Okay. So I've always been empathetic. I've always been compassionate. So I would definitely want my son to date somebody like me, somebody who can take care of him if he's sick, you know, because like with me, like I might pass on my autoimmune disorder to my child, and I would want to have somebody that will be able to care for him if he's not feeling good, you know, be able to still pick up the work, pick up the slack, you know. And I've always been a little hustler, and I've always been, you know, I was able to work. Like I've worked multiple jobs at one time. I've worked my own businesses and then worked, you know, over at other stores and stuff. So I would want him to have somebody that has a drive to want to be great, you know? So yeah, and I've been through some things and I have not broken down yet. I haven't, you know. Yeah, so I would want him to date someone like me, definitely.
Shit, you still got the good vibes. So even if you're previous or you're now, you're still good. So
yeah, I'm exactly the same as I was in my prime. I am. I have not ended. You said what?
So she said the prime has not ended.
It
the
has
prime
not.
Is ongoing.
Yeah, I mean, Tryst, I was nice, right? So I mean, like he knows how I was in my prime, 23. 23? Was that 23?
Oh, don't give me remember specific dates now.
I think it was 23. So 23 when I was like 23. Yeah. Yeah.
See, let me see. I was having my second kid, so I don't. But so Tare, our best friend, has told me I haven't really changed much since 7th grade, which is really sad for me. But he said that I'm still, you know, uppity, friendly, happy most of the time, except my bad days. But I would love my kids to date somebody like me. I was fun. I'm devoted, so I will be right there next to you and be your best friend. I'll be I will fight for you if you need somebody to fight for. I'm your ride or die. So, I would love my son to date somebody like me, or my daughters if they want to get with a chick. I would love them to date somebody like me, because, like I said, at the end of the day, I was there for the person, no matter what or who they were, and I thought I was a complete asshole or bitch. That's what I thought, because I can be a little bossy because I'm the oldest. I'm the oldest sibling. I'm the oldest cousin. So I always been having, and then my parents were in the military. So I always had that upbringing of, okay, this needs to get done, that needs to get done, let's get this. So I did bring that into some of my relationships. And I tell them straight up, I'm like, if I'm too bossy, just tell me, you know, because I don't realize what I'm doing. And sometimes I'm smothering. I smothered people before I even had kids. So I was like, do you need this? Do you need that? Are you sick? Are you okay? Let me go make this. Let me go do. So I was one of those, still am like that. So
I'll take all the smothering you got.
Your cancer twin said that's that cancer.
You know what it is, what it is. You know what I'm saying?
But don't fuck with me because I will beat your ass.
Yeah.
Oh, please, cancers.
You know, please, cancer. Everybody likes cancer.
Everybody loves a cancer.
Fascinating.
Everybody loves Cancer.
It's either Aquarius or Pisces.
What?
No, Virgos are the best. I'm sorry.
No, Cancer.
No,
we could be your
Virgos.
best friend. We could be your mama. We could be your
That's what we do. We are everything.
Virgos.
We're there for you.
Man, I got a long story with the Virgos. That could be
the minute you fuck with us.
But no, go let Glenn go because we didn't.
He hasn't said much this episode.
You know, I'm a silent killer, but yes and no. Yes and no. To the sense of truly, like, really looking in the mirror, I know I'm a good person. I've always respected women. Like, you wouldn't have no issues like that with me. No, back in my prime, I was a lost little boy that really didn't know what I wanted. You know what I'm saying? So even though the outward expression would have been good, I'm pretty sure I caused a lot of relationship stress on the other end, because on that end, the female was probably a little bit more mature than me at that time in the head than I was. And, you know, I'm sitting there, but I didn't even really know what I wanted to do with my life. So once the dust settles, you know, I'm sitting there confused, not making the right decisions. And she's probably like, what the fuck, you know, what's going on? So it's a yes and no. There's good and bad if I was to really look in the mirror and be honest. So, yeah.
Yeah, I think similar to Glenn, like I would say both yes, but also maybe wait and see, because I was definitely I could definitely make magic out of a date, out of making meals, out of feeding you and eating you. But at the same time, and also I'd be there to like make people feel really comfortable opening up and being vulnerable and like be there for them. But I also realize with time going forward that like it's such an emotional toll to basically play somebody's like therapist, kind of like free ass therapist, and whether it's relationships or just like people you talk to. Because like I generally don't want to see people struggling, especially like I said, the way I grew up and thinking, oh, the end is coming. There's gonna be a time where people can't smile, so give people the smiles they can now. But I didn't have boundaries in the sense that I would take on so much. And then I'm also, if I'm in a relationship, expecting that too. So that's a recipe for like trauma bonding, for codependency. It's not a recipe for a healthy relationship. It's a recipe for a relationship where you both feel like it's hard to pull away because y'all do so much for each other, but you also feel like both of y'all owe so much for each other. So I was a diamond in the rough. Now I'm even beyond that state of matter. I'm plasma, waiting to become a star. But I would definitely say that like there's a lot of good benefits to interacting with me and enjoying my company, but I'm much better for a relationship now than I was then. And even now, I'm more of a relationship anarchist. So the opportunities are endless.
Chavos. No, I'm messing with you. I mean, yeah, but I mean,
what?
It's been up and down. So, I'm sorry, I'm fucking with you.
Yeah.
Nah, I probably would let my daughter date somebody like Tryst. I would.
Yeah, I'm a good guy. It's just a matter of where do we actually link up and
where your brain was.
I mean, with that bag of toys he got, I wouldn't.
Look.
What? Listen, most women would love the bag of toys. It's just a matter of, like I said,
we're talking about daughters here. I wouldn't let my daughter. Nope. I know you got a bag of toys. Nope.
But I can speak on it though, because like I actually like come on. Okay, I would, only because like you weren't mean, you weren't evil to me, you know. So like like you were nice. You walked me home when you took me to my first rave. Like and walking from Echo Stage is a far ass walk. And then you had to walk back by yourself.
I'm not gonna let you walk that, like, you know, but like, for, like I said, back then, especially with the whole open relationship thing I was going through at times and stuff like that. Yeah. And so, like, especially then, that was more so like a stage where I was like, I could enjoy things with people, but like, I already had so much going on in my own life and so much like that I was conflicted about there. Like,
yes, you were.
I wasn't ready for a relationship. And even now, like, the relationships I'm ready for now, it has to grow organically. But I feel like because think about it, when we have kids and our kids are dating age, they're gonna do what they're gonna do. So it's most important that they know that, like, you don't need somebody like me, but you need someone who's gonna respect you. You need somebody who values you, who doesn't treat you like shit. And like, at the end of the day, no matter y'all still messing with each other, on pure respect, they value you as a person and like they let you have your peace. You know?
Yeah. I would definitely let.
But I mean, I was lucky I had a son because if I had a daughter, I would take my selection of the child's mother more seriously. Like, not like, because I would like my daughter to grow up and be the woman that her mother is. Like, I'm not gonna date like a fucking whore or whatever case might be, stripper, prostitute, whatever it is, you know, end up dating.
Okay, I'm waiting for him to finish judging people. Go ahead.
Have a baby, and then no, I'm not. I'm just saying I would like my
judging
daughter,
because some people some women when they are strippers, they do it because they get a lot of money.
I didn't say anything wrong. I'm just saying I would like my daughter
to not be a whore.
To be the woman that her mother is. I'm not saying, I talk to strippers and some of them doing it to pay off college debts and paying up for their kids. That's fine, but that's not my selection. It's different what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything wrong. You out there making money, boo, but that's not what I want my daughter to grow up and see and become when she gets older.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying anything wrong.
But you also can't stop them from being a stripper once they hit 18.
Yeah, I know. Listen, I know that. That's their decision. Once they're 18, that's their decision. But okay. I'm just saying my preference. I'm not saying
right. What I'm saying is you could get with a stripper and she might stop being a stripper to be with you.
Be with you.
Just because somebody's job is a stripper does not constitute that is who they are in the whole. I have went to a strip club and I met a couple of strippers that were really nice, and their man didn't care because they were bringing home money that is paying for all the bills. And the girl, the strippers we have here, they're more titty bar. Like they go down to lingerie. They don't show titties, and so not all strippers are the same either. But the way you're saying it is, you're like, you don't want to get with no whore or stripper. Or
no, that's not what I said. What I'm saying is I would like my daughter.
We'll find out on Friday.
Yeah, I would like my daughter to be something.
Understandable. Let's go to the commercial break and we will finish that in the after show.
Artemis of the Dodecatheon is a fantastical whirlwind of action, strong characters, mystery quests, and a lot of drama. 4.9 stars on Inkit. Purchase it on Amazon today. A to Z Creations is a Black woman-owned business that creates customized items such as rolling trays, clothes,
good? And my topic is, can you be friends with your ex? And I know this is a very, very, like, people will fight with this one. I love this topic. But I have to say that you cannot. It is impossible. And here's why. The first thing is, let's break this down by definition. We use friends way too loosely. Way too loosely. So if you're talking about, can you be cordial with your ex? Yes. Can you have a ex that, hey, from once in a while you say, hey, what's good to? You don't have any animosity. You don't got to fight each other all the time. You can be in the same room. Yes. But can you have an ex that you're a legit friend? Meaning someone that you can count on. Someone that you still hang out with. You go to the movies with. You can call if you need a couple extra dollars. Like, friend. To use the title friend is something way more. And I feel like when you're an ex of someone, you broke up for a reason. There's a reason why you crashed. And usually that reason ain't good. It's usually not a reason that makes you say, oh yeah, let's still be buddy-buddy after this. Like, maybe we can be cordial, but I just don't see, in all my personal experiences too, I don't see you being friends with an ex. But that's just my opinion. I like to see what my co-hosts feel about this.
So,
Shit.
Yeah. So let me say this. I am very good friends with a few of my exes. I text them. I hang out with them. Okay. There's nothing wrong with having them as friends because, one, I started off as friends with them. So I can go ahead and, switch that back over, especially if, like, we ended on good terms. It just wasn't working out, Like, hi, Tryst.
Hey, Queen Pedii.
Like, I know I get upset with him sometimes. I get it. Like, even though they didn't see that, but
that's friends though. You argue with your friends.
It's okay. But like, I have exes that we ended on horrible terms. I don't want to speak to them. I don't want to see them anymore. But I can be friends. I can switch it. Because most of the time I started off as friends with them. So it's very easy. Hi, baby. It's very easy to, do that for me. But some people cannot turn it off. And I get that. I've never been the type that was jealous. I've never been the type to be like, oh, I don't like his new girlfriend. Shit, I'm up in the new girlfriend phase, okay? All right, I'm up in her face. So, go ahead.
See, I understand.
Yeah, like, I don't have no animosity towards my exes that I am friends with. I just live my life because I have to keep moving forward. I can't just sit there and stay in one place with a person because they were with me. No, I have to keep moving forward with you. If we are going to be friends, we have to move forward past, those feelings, all that stuff. Like, I can do that. I know it's weird. It probably sounds a little narcissistic, but it's not. It's kind of what my psychiatrist told me is that is a defense mechanism that I have, actually, where I can just, but whoever else wants to go next.
I mean, I see where both sides of y'all coming from, because I will say there's some validity to what Glenn is saying, because a lot of times people will try and force a friendship after the fact because there is still either feelings or there's still just you don't really like it's raw after a breakup for some people, and so like it can be very weird to like completely let it all the way go. But when you force a friendship after that and your feelings aren't really resolved, you haven't had time to like move on, then it's gonna feel weird when you see them talking to other people, or you're gonna feel jealousy and it's not even your person anymore. But on the same side, what Queen Pedii is saying, I feel the same way, where it's like, if there's a genuine core of friendship, genuine core of respect, a genuine like care and love of like, this person has a soul. And that's why I say like, when I talk about like friends with benefits, that like things I've done in the past, like I legitimately need friends, and the benefit is just a part of that. And if the benefit stops, then I'm not gonna be like, fuck you, bitch, because we're not doing that no more. It's like, we were friends for a reason. Like, I cared about your problems for a reason. Like, the things, like, me and this person may not always see eye to eye on things. We might, and that's why we're not in a relationship. But their perspective, I still respect, and it like makes me open up my mind and be like, you know, I could do things a little bit differently. So like, I think it's very important to think about the people you interact with in the first place. Like, if you're gonna be together, is there a rock of like real, genuine respect, love, and friendship there, so that if y'all break up, that person's worth keeping in your life? And I think that's really important to like really analyze and ask yourself.
Yeah. I'm friends with a couple of my exes. We cool. I mean, time to time we roll past each other. It was like, oh, what's up? How you been? You know, like, you know, we don't bring up what we dealt in the past, because at first we started as friends, and then we dated, and then we both like, you know what? We're best as friends than dating. So let's keep it as friends. So I said, okay, cool. I say hello to them. Say what's up. I saw their kid. They saw mine. We was like friends. Like we sat down in the park. We talked time to time. You know, we like, all right. You're like, oh, she's like, oh, I'm going home to my boyfriend. All right, cool. I'm going home to see my baby mom. Whatever case might be in the past. I was like, all right, cool. We both respected, but at the end of the day, we was friends. That's it. Nothing more, nothing less. You're just friends. You know, and to this day, I'm still friends with them. Even their family is cool with me. To the point, like, you know, like, oh, how he's doing? Oh, he's doing good. We didn't have no negativity, energy about each other, nothing. So we just kept it like that. It's best for us to be friends. They keep their distance. They stay in a friend zone. That's the boundary. Stay in your fucking friend zone. Don't be like, oh, what you doing at a certain time of night? Nah, bro. Like, cut that out. It's a certain time. Respect my boundary. Yeah. I respect you. You respect mine. Just know your position. Just know where your place at. That's it.
Yeah.
See, that's how I feel, because I think that you can be friends with your exes. Not all of them.
Not all of them.
But most of them, you, especially if you guys understood the assignment. Just kidding. Anyways, understood like why y'all broke up in the first place, instead of just being like, oh, he cheated on me and blah blah blah. That's why we broke up. More of like, hey, this ain't exactly working out. I'm not ready for this kind of commitment, or it might just be that kind of situation. So yes, for some of them, I'm still friends with I got an ex down in Louisiana that I talk to him every once in a while just to check up on him, making sure, just like a friend, because for me, I don't talk to all my friends every single day, but I do check up on them at least once a month or every couple months. Because I know he got a life and I'm busy with my kids. So I'd be like, hey, how you doing? He goes, hey, when you gonna come visit me? I'm like, eventually, when I'm not busy. And he goes, yeah. And him and his girlfriend, they are awesome. They got some doggies, little puppies. And and I known him since the 3rd grade.
Oh.
Like, he was my first love. And I like, oh, yes. Crash and burn. So, I'll tell you later about it. But we're still friends. And that's what I'm saying, is that it's a lot of bullshit if you think you can't be friends with your ex. That just shows how mature you are. Yeah. So if you can't put aside like your differences, even just sitting down and be like, hey, this hurt me. This is why we can't be friends, because this, and this. Yeah. But we could sit down and we could be casual with each other till we get back to the step of being friends. Mm-hmm. That's why, like, if I ever, whenever situation happens, if I ever have to date again, I want to start off straight as friends. And then if I feel like there's more, then I will go take those steps. I don't want to rush because I rushed already and I'm too old, too tired. I got too many damn kids to be try to hurry up and get, just jump.
Well, I guess for me, for one, if I date again, I do want to take my time. I really want to get to know that individual and make sure that, she's the right one, the right one for me or everything. And I guess for me, it's just been more, not that, because actually I would love to. There's some of my exes that I wish I could still call and just see how they would do, see how they doing because I genuinely cared. But what gets me is I sometimes feel like because whatever the situation or how we broke up was so disrespectful and cut deep that it gets me to a point where I'm so messed up, I've lost respect for them. You know what I'm saying? I think
you might need to talk to them to get that situated for you before jumping into another relationship. That way you don't carry that over and over.
Okay, it's handled. I don't have any baggage or nothing like that. But I'm just saying that's my personal feeling of why I don't think you can be friends with exes, because most of the time there's a reason like that. Most of the time, I mean, I just, like I said again, if you break up with somebody, and I can elaborate in the after show, but usually there's a point that breaks when a relationship breaks. I'm not one to think you can turn a butterfly back into a caterpillar. And I just feel like there's certain psychological things that go with it. Like you feel, and I respect your opinion, you feel it's bullshit. Well, on the other end, I feel like people are playing with their own emotions when they say they can still be friends with something that broken. Something that
maturity level. That's what I'm saying.
Maturity, yeah, definitely. Look, I'm the type where a few of my exes are going to come to my wedding. Point blank, period. They were there when, I needed them the most as friends. They're coming. And then they've been congratulating me. They've been really happy for me.
You get married?
Not yet.
Because you said they're congratulating you.
No, I'm saying they congratulated me on my new relationship and they were so happy. Like, one even said, yeah, date him, because he had heard of our editor and was like, yeah, he's a good guy. Go for him. Yes. And he's like, he said that I'm actually glowing more than I was when I was with him. So, yeah.
That's what I was saying.
Yeah. He's very mature with it, and I appreciate it.
You have been glowing. You can tell from the first episode to now.
Yeah. But also look at their friendship and look at the way they support each other. Like, there's genuine friendship, there's genuine love, there's genuine understanding. And I feel like that's so important to any relationship.
And communication. You can tell there's a lot of communication.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean,
there should be any boundaries?
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Relationships are based on
and he knows his like my exes, they know their boundaries. They know better. That once I'm in a relationship, they cannot try to flirt if they wanted to flirt. Okay. They know better.
I asked that because even Nina, you said in your situation, he was like, when you gonna come see me? I just find that odd for somebody that has a girlfriend wants the other girl to come see him.
I mean, it doesn't seem that off to me. I mean, especially if he's her friend and they've been friends since they were kids.
I used to live in Louisiana. Yeah. And he's a chef, and he always asked me to come down to eat some of his food.
And it means that
come down.
Yeah, it means that his girlfriend is secure.
Yeah, I don't think it's weird to be like.
And I know him since the third grade. It's not like I dated him in the last 3 years, and then he's asking me to come down.
Yeah. See, like, I don't know about some of my exes, but I'm mature. So if I be like, hey, come over, like you come, you got your kids, I got my kid, my girl there, you bring your girl, your boyfriend, whatever. Come on, let's go hang out. You know, I'm just like, let's hang out, let's catch up. You know, let's make some laughs and
not only that, but I'm also honest with my husband. I told him, I'm like, hey, if I ever go down to Louisiana, I'm gonna go hang out with my friend. I know I missed him. I haven't seen him in a while. Like, and I love Louisiana. I'm sorry, I love my Louisiana. I had good times down there, and I love my food. Oh, I love my Cajun food, my crawdad. Oh, yes, and my oh shoot, I was so hungry. I want some boudin balls. That's what I want. But anyways.
They're coming. No, you're fine. All right. I'm loving this topic, but we can also continue this on the after show. So we are going to go to our last commercial break.
Artemis of the Dodecatheon is a fantastical whirlwind of action, strong characters, mystery quests, and a lot of drama. 4.9 stars on Inkit. Purchase it on Amazon today. A to Z Creations is a Black woman-owned business that creates customized items such as rolling trays, clothing, tumblers, glasses, bags, jewelry, and more.
Okie dokie, you guys, it is time for our promotions. So I am still doing the fundraiser, walking 20 miles with Renpet, with my doggy, for mental health awareness in teenagers. So I'm going to be walking 20 miles. She has a cute little bandana. And I'm here to promote Boxy, a home decor subscription service that ships beautiful items straight to your home. If you hate going to the store and not being able to decide on what to get out of all the choices, then this is definitely the subscription box for you. Use my code 10OFF Queen Pedii. That will also be linked below in the description box to get $10 off of your first box. Next, I want to promote my book, A Puppy Journey, Renpet's World. It's about my emotional support animal and how she saw the world through her eyes. You can purchase it on Amazon for Kindle. Last, I want to promote my blog, Queen Pedii Write. You can find articles, craft videos, reviews, and more.
Hello, it's Nina again. I want to promote Creations by, of course, me. I do sell pillows, and I actually have soaps, and I make candles, so they're really good. And just call me or email me, text me. I'm available for any of your crafting needs.
Call me if you want to reach me. So guys, I was telling at the beginning of the episode about how over the weekend I was working with someone from Anarchy from East Village Mutual Aid to basically do food giveaway and flyer handouts, and we were using the paperwork of Brooklyn eviction defense, and I'll probably have pictures in this episode I'm sending to the editor, as well as links that you can hit them up at, because like I said, aid isn't coming fast enough. they're debating whether or not we're going to cancel certain debts while baby formula is becoming an issue. So if you're worried about eviction, if you're worried about your rights as a tenant, if rent is going up, there's resources to basically form tenant associations and basically form eviction defense squads. So let's get together, let's make a difference.
Well, it's your man Samurai. Right now, actually, I am going through a season of construction. I've realized as an artist sometimes it's good to sit back, concentrate on my lyrics, my words, my stuff. And, you know, I just want a more cleaner image. I want my stuff more clear. So for right now, I've been in construction. But what I would like you to do is still go ahead and check out the TikTok, the Instagram. Some stuff is still up. Leave your comments, leave your advice. If it's something you want to hear, leave that, your criticism. I'm taking it unknown right now. So when I come back, I can come back fresh and real with y'all.
So just like Glenn, I'm also doing some work since summertime coming. I noticed that all my products that I have is mostly unisex. So I'm just going to focus on women's section. If you have any ideas of the popular best things for women, I'm also willing to take that as well, because right now I have a couple bodysuits that I wanted to do, but I want to switch up some bodysuits. You can, if you like, you can drop some DMs and awesomevillage.clothing, different style, colors, what's the best colors, the styles for women fashion. I'm going to start aiming towards stats. Thank you.
All right. Well, I thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you guys. Please join our Discord, join our Twitch, and also we just made a TikTok, you guys. We have a TikTok, so follow our TikTok, follow our Instagram, our Facebook, follow our socials. Do it. All right. We will see you guys in the next one.
Bye.
Yeah.
This is not your normal session.